Hello everyone, my name is Scarlett Sensi and I am joined here by Mistress Ultraviolet, the mind behind Atlanta Sissy School, which is a part of Atlanta Dungeon. And she runs it all, she does events, a lot of stuff for the kink community, a lot of affirming stuff for crossdressers and sissies, and just does a lot of good in the world. Anyway, I am aware that you have a sissy today that you'll be doing a nice demonstration on, so our viewers can see what you do. Are they late or where are they?
They're already here. They're sitting right there.
That's not in the notes.
You're gonna have to do it. They didn't show, so.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's gonna be you. Too bad.
Fine. Are you serious with this outfit?
Oh, I think it looks so good.
This is ridiculous. I feel like such a slut.
Oh, you look like one.
Oh. Could the corset be any tighter?
Yeah, maybe a little.
Okay, anyway, it looks like I'm the sissy for today's interview, which is great. Alright, I guess let's just start this off if you're ready.
Mm-hmm.
So people have a lot of perceptions of DOMs, and they're almost never true. Do you ever get road rage?
Well, I live in Atlanta, so yes. People can't drive there.
I believe it, yeah. That's why I hear about the South. Favorite potato preparation?
Ooh, that's a hard one. I'm gonna have to go, I love garlic fries.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
like pressed fresh garlic on French fries.
That sounds pretty good right now. Do you have a library card?
Not anymore.
No?
No. They don't really, they've shut down a lot of libraries, so.
In Atlanta, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Unfortunately.
I didn't know that.
But I did used to work at one.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa, doing what?
I was a librarian.
That's awesome. Oh my god. It's just ultraviolet.
It's true what they say about librarians.
What do they say, they're kinky?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Do you have brand loyalty to any brand?
Brand loyalty. Like in which sense?
Is there just like one thing that you would just, like you wouldn't venture out a brand, like the brand you buy is just the best and you're not gonna even get anything else? So for instance, for me, it's Dickies. So like Dickies pants just like fit me so well. It feels like some guy is making them for me at the factory. And also like I've gotten shirts from them and they just fit perfectly. It feels like they're for my body. So that's like what I buy if I'm buying new clothes.
I don't think so. I don't think there's anything specific that I'm really like stuck on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very flexible.
Yeah, I'm pretty open with that.
Huh. What is your favorite dessert?
I'm not too big on sweets, but I would probably say like pastries, fruit tarts,
Okay.
cheese Danish.
Okay. There's actually phenomenal fruit tarts in Providence.
Oh yeah.
My girlfriend's ex-roommate worked at Fetish. And so if you're ever there, yeah, they sell out quick. They're very good. Do you have a favorite book or favorite author?
Not really. I like autobiographies a lot. I've just read a few kink books recently that have been really good.
Do you have any that you'd like to recommend?
Can't remember the name of the book. It's by Miss Marilyn, who's a Scottish dominatrix.
Ooh, okay.
So.
All right, let's check that out, Miss Marilyn. Favorite band?
I always change. I don't have like a very set genre, so I can't say a favorite one.
Okay, all right, that's fair. And what do you think of people that go hard on their Christmas decorations?
I mean, you gotta have a hobby, I guess, maybe it's their fetish.
Yeah?
I can't judge it.
Christmas fetish. All right, well, that's all the questions I have. I'm just kidding. I got some serious ones in here. Mistress Ultraviolet, you've been a guest of honor at DomCon Los Angeles and DomCon New Orleans, and you'll be a guest of honor at DomCon New Orleans this year, 2024. Which city do you like better?
I love New Orleans. I've got longtime friends there, and it's just such a fun city, and there's so much to do. So I love going to New Orleans.
All right, me too. That's actually my favorite city in the world.
Yeah.
But when it comes to DomCon, do you like NOLA or the LA DomCon better?
I think LA DomCon it brings a lot more people there.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Like, there's a lot of networking that I can't really do on the East Coast. It's more West Coast networking.
Yeah, because New Orleans isn't crazy far for you.
Yeah, New Orleans is like a 7-hour drive, so it's still, East Coast adjacent.
Yeah. All right. What do you like about the Atlanta scene? Like the Atlanta kink scene?
I mean, it's always evolving. I can't say that we've got a lot of closures lately and like things shutting down, but You know, me and a few of my partners have been trying to push education and put on some good events and everything, and people are really enjoying it and taking advantage of it. So I'm glad it's an open scene.
Yeah. Are there a lot of sissies there, a lot of crossdressers?
There are, yes.
Do you find that most travel to come to you, or do you have most in Atlanta already?
I would say that they travel, but like kind of semi-locally, like in the South, from Tennessee, Alabama, kind of those surrounding areas. They come to Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
There's, you know.
The sissy that was supposed to be here today, was I the sissy the whole time, or
Yes, you were the sissy the whole time.
there was no other sissy?
No.
Because this outfit is ridiculous.
Oh, you look great.
I know. Well, thanks. I did see myself in the mirror. It's a nice figure. It'd just be nice on someone else instead of my own.
I don't think so. Seems to fit you pretty perfectly.
I guess I'll take my blessings. I'm not wearing makeup or anything like that.
Yeah, not yet.
What do you mean?
Not yet. Yes.
We don't have to do the whole demonstration.
We gotta do the whole thing.
Okay. Guess I have no choice, huh?
No, not really.
So what is your favorite city for kinky clients? Do you travel?
I do travel. I do St. Louis and then New York and Minneapolis, and a few other places. New Orleans I also do.
Okay. Do you have a favorite?
I love my submissives in St. Louis.
Interesting. Okay. I've never been to St. Louis. What's it like?
Usually am playing too much to get really anything done besides play. Like I usually am booked up so hard that I don't get out much, but they have some interesting museums there.
Oh, okay. Do you have a favorite?
The City Museum there is incredible.
Is it just about St. Louis, or is it?
It's an interactive sculpture museum with a 13th story slide.
13-story slide?
Yeah,
What does that mean?
like a slide, like a children's slide, but 13 stories.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's pretty nuts. You went down it?
I didn't go down it.
Huh.
I was too scared, but I watched everyone else do it.
I didn't know anything about St. Louis except the Arch. That's St. Louis, right?
Yeah, and I've been in the Arch too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that was terrifying.
Oh, in it?
Yeah.
Does it have, is it just made of stairs?
It's got a cranking mechanism. You sit in like a little like pod and you go up like in like a tiny elevator, but like
Whoa.
with a crank, and then you can get to the top and then stand and like see the view.
That's nuts.
And it sways with the wind.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. I didn't even know you could go in that.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a glass floor, does it, at the top?
It doesn't have a glass floor, but it's got like tiny little glass windows.
Oh, okay. And so would you say that's your favorite city for kinky clients? Do you have a favorite city in general?
It's probably New York or New Orleans, but I'll take Atlanta because we have plenty of stuff going on there too.
New York and New Orleans are both pretty high on my list. Providence is a great place, especially for kinky people, especially for crossdressers too. A lot of crossdressers, a lot of sissies.
I'm gonna have to visit.
Yeah, come by. Do some clients. What's a normal airport outfit for you?
I am yoga pants and big t-shirt or sweatpants.
Okay. Yeah, very cozy.
Yeah, and warm. I get so cold on planes. I get nice sweater and what to go in.
So can you tell me about, tell us about the English Mansion. I saw that you were a part of it.
Oh yes, that was fun. Sidonia is a very lovely lady, and they have like a full dungeon and a high English garden and plenty of subs to film with. It's really quite a experience.
You said Sidonia?
Sidonia.
Is she the head mistress?
Yes.
Okay. And where is the English Mansion for anyone wondering? Because I'm also wondering.
It's in Bath, England.
Ah, okay. Very cool. Do you go there often, or is it just one time?
I did it one time. I'm not over in the UK that often, but I did it once and would love to come back and do it again.
Okay. Did you have a favorite client there?
I didn't really see clients there. I just did those films.
Oh, okay.
But they have some very good, very flexible guys that can take very big toys that
Wow.
I enjoyed.
I do hear that about England. They are very kinky over there.
They are very kinky over there.
Huh. So do you enjoy making content more or private sessions with clients?
I definitely like doing sessions more than clips.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm definitely more of an in-person dominatrix rather than someone that does a lot of content.
Oh, okay. Very interesting. Do you have a favorite submissive in Atlanta?
I can't say just one, you know. They all have their uses.
Yeah.
So.
Can't pick
Can't make them
favorites.
jealous, you know.
Makes sense. Well, what's your favorite gift that you've ever received from one of your clients?
I one time got a signed record from Little Richard.
No shit.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And that was pretty cool.
That's a pretty big gift. Subs out there, take note. That's what you're up against.
Yeah.
What things can clients do to be favored by their doms, by you?
I think it's really about asking questions. I think it's about getting to know your dom and seeing what they actually like and making sure to listen.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not just giving me something that will go to waste.
So you think communication?
Communication is really the best thing we can do.
Mm-hmm. So subs out there, do your research, know what you're getting yourself into, and know what questions you can ask to your dom. Be prepared, because Mistress Ultraviolet really likes that.
Mm-hmm.
And what part of your life has unexpectedly benefited from doming?
That's a hard question.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to think about that one. I feel like I'm more authentically myself because of domination.
Oh, okay.
I feel like I'm able to express myself in a better way, and it's fun. When you get to express yourself and get some anger out also.
Yeah.
in a fun and healthy way, and it's a stress reliever.
Yeah.
So it's good to be able to like live your life authentically.
Are you very dominant outside of doming?
Yes.
You are?
Yeah.
Damn. Do you have any examples?
I'm definitely a control freak, I'd say that.
Oh, okay.
I like things done the way I like things done, and that translates over from the dungeon. It doesn't just stick in the dungeon.
Okay. I feel like I could see that. And could you tell us about the Sissy Manor? So I don't know much about the Sissy Manor, but I love the colors, very eye-catching, very fetishy. Pretty much right up my alley and right up the alley of a lot of my Sissy clients too.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw that you worked with them in Florida?
Yes, in Tampa, actually. Every year they come to the States. They bring a absolute ton of clothes in every size, big sissy clothes, like specifically sissy, like where it's, the big frills and hot pinks and baby blues and, kind of like little girly outfits.
Mm-hmm.
And it's usually, I think, about 5 doms and then anywhere from 10 to 15 sissies.
Okay.
And we basically all live together in a mansion for a weekend.
Oh, it's just a weekend.
Maybe like a little bit more than a weekend, like a Thursday to Monday or something
Oh,
like
okay.
that. But
Pretty action-packed. I'm sure it's really busy. Probably feels like a week.
it does feel like a week.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the doms get there early and we get to film and hang out. And basically, it's a space where cross-dressers and sissies can go and just find their comfortable living as a sissy for that amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
And hang out with the doms, and we get to tell them certain things to do and play games. We get to eat together and spend time in the pool.
Cool.
And yeah, I had a really great time this time because I got to go kayaking with one of the sissies.
Wow.
Yeah, it was fun.
Were they, they're still dressed while kayaking?
They were in, I would say women's athleisure clothes.
Okay.
While we were kayaking.
Yeah.
They were not in the fancy dress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't want to freak out the normies.
Yeah. So.
Huh. That's really cool. Yeah. I've looked into going at one point in my life, but never got around to it. But it looks really cool, and I like a lot of the people that they work with. It seems like it's a great crew every time.
Oh yeah, we have a blast. So it's so fun, and then it's really fun to actually get to spend enough time with sissies to get to know them and the other doms. So it's really great.
Huh. Do you have a favorite sissy from Sissy Manor?
I do, but again, I can't play favorites. I'm like, she knows who she is.
Good business practice.
Yeah.
Where did you learn male to female makeup skill from?
I actually went to classes to just be a general makeup artist. I've actually done several films in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, it translates over very easily. Once you know how to do everything from special effects to just regular glamour,
Mm-hmm.
you can do cross-dressing makeup really easily.
Ah, okay. What are some good resources if someone wanted to get better at learning how to do their own makeup?
I would say it's YouTube or Instagram tutorials.
Mm-hmm.
Just look up drag queens.
Yeah. Yeah. Drag queens know a lot about makeup.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, actually, when I was starting out my cross-dressing studio, it was the drag queens were the ones that were doing most of the makeup.
I've had several drag queens in Sissy school doing full transformations before if I needed like a really heavy makeup.
Oh, okay.
Like Violet Chachki actually did makeup for me for...
Are you serious?
Yeah, before she won Drag Race or was even on Drag Race.
No shit.
Yep.
That's amazing. And what year was that?
Oh, I can't even remember. It was a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Before the Sissy school even came to be, she was in some of my sessions doing...
Oh, okay. So we're talking about like early thousands or the early aughts?
I would say around 2015.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, so
Cool.
not that long ago, but...
Oh, I didn't realize that she blew up that mostly recently.
Well, I don't know. My timeline on it is... I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember when she won Drag Race, but
Yeah.
I'll have to look it up. But
I wouldn't know that.
It was like it was a while ago, maybe like... I would assume it's about 2015 she did makeup.
You dress a lot of sissies
Mm-hmm.
in your line of work at the studio. Do you have a favorite style to dress sissies up in?
It kind of just depends on what they're going for. I mean, it's every sissy is different. I just like to make sure that they feel their best
Mhm.
and they look good.
So you kind of tailor their outfit to their
Yes,
personality?
exactly.
Or their fetish, really?
Yeah, because not everyone's going to want to be in the maid outfit, and not everyone's going to want to be dressed like a little girl or,
Mhm.
you know, open this up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, some of those are very niche.
It's definitely catered towards what I think is going to look great on them and like what is going to make them feel good.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, cross-dressing
Yeah.
can be a little scary, so.
It is a big spectrum.
Mhm.
At the studio, I get clients that are kinky, vanilla, and everywhere in between. I kind of identify as both these days. What about makeup style? Any specialties or anything you love seeing on a sissy?
I love big, bold looks. I love doing bright lips, bright eyes, and again, but it just kind of depends on what their outfit is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're probably gonna do a pretty natural look on me, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, that's good. I don't want to look too girly. And what about, do you have a most interesting name? Because a lot of sissies name themselves. I mean, probably almost, well, I don't know, do most sissies name themselves?
I would say I like to come up with it together.
Mhm.
Like a lot of them name themselves because they've been cross-dressing themselves for a long time, and they
Mhm.
have their own persona as that cross-dresser or that sissy. And then, but if it's someone new that I've kind of created and started with,
Mhm.
and they've let me start their journey, then we usually come up with the name together. Like they'll come up with a name that kind of like they like, and then I'll approve it or tweak it.
Okay,
Yeah.
very cool. Do you have one that's like the most interesting name? Or I know you don't play favorites, but I feel like a name is a little less personal.
I don't know. I haven't had any good ones yet. I mean, I did have a Pinky, and I love that name.
Pinky, I
Yeah.
like that too. What would you say the most humiliating thing you've ever done to a sissy is?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Because this feels pretty humiliating right now, but I'm gonna guess that this isn't the most humiliating thing.
I was just talking about Pinky. Pinky, their favorite steak restaurant in Atlanta. They knew the valet there. They always go there, and the people, you'd always go, oh, they all know me there.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll never get me to go there cross-dressed. That's exactly what we did. We made sure to get a whole group of girls. So Pinky was kind of incognito. And then we also, we went and took an Uber so they didn't see their car, and like we made sure that, because me and him would go in with him obviously out of drag, and Like, so they would recognize, he was worried that they were going to recognize him because of me.
Yeah.
So I came in later.
Okay.
So, like, he felt, like, more comfortable because, so he sat down at the table, and even, like, the hostess said, "Oh, you look so fantastic tonight."
Oh, that's nice.
But she was too nervous to say thank you. She was just...
Wow.
She freaked out for half the dinner, but
Oh, okay.
once it was over, they were so excited.
You don't think Pinky got recognized?
No, I don't think so.
That's very exciting.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that sounds like a thrill. All right, so that actually is a great segue. Do you usually take your sissies out in public?
I love taking sissies out in public.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do. I love but I know that's like not everyone's cup of tea. I know that everyone has their own limits when it comes to going out. It doesn't bother me if someone doesn't want to go out.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I do it all the time.
I do have a few clients that like being seen, and yeah, it's definitely a step up. If you're a beginner, like, can be pretty scary, but I think, especially if you're in your car, if you're driving your car, it feels so weird the first, maybe like first 100 times.
Yeah.
And then after that, I mean, like, nowadays it's not really a big deal unless I'm in, like, not an open-minded place, but that's a big thrill and that's a big step, and hats off to any cross-dressers, sissies who are out in the open. It can be scary, but luckily times are changing and it's getting easier.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so thoughts on ethical public humiliation, because there's like the public consent issue, so you need to be careful about that. What are your thoughts?
It's a kind of a difficult question because, like, obviously you want to be able to be your, like, authentic and, like, yourself, but, like, you don't want to get people that haven't consented into your play.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if it's not sexual, I think it's totally fine. Like, if it's you just cross-dressing or going out to dinner, I think it's fine. I don't think it's fine if you're down, if you've got, like, you know, I don't know, cross-dressing and, I don't know, like, playing, like, stroking yourself off or something, or like, or sucking someone's, you know, boot in the middle of, like, somewhere public where people can see you and stuff. But I mean, there's a really fine line with it.
Mm-hmm.
But you can do it very covertly as well. Like, you can go out, I know that they make those remote plugs and stuff that people love to do. And, like, that's not something that people are going to notice. So.
Okay, yeah. Because that's kind of the same rule I go by. If it's not visual, then it's probably fine.
Yeah.
Because you get people across the board for that one. It's tough to pin down, but I think as long as you have respect for the place you're in and you're just not obvious, then I don't think it's an issue.
I hope this lipstick doesn't stain.
Oh, are you
You've
serious?
been walking too much, or talking too much to get it pretty even.
Uh-oh. What is dating like, relationships outside of doming? What's that like for you?
I mean, I would say it's difficult because my standards are so high from having so many lovely submissives that'll do exactly what I want.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
like, make sure that I'm taken care of. So my standards are very high when it comes to dating.
Mm-hmm.
They've got to be at least better than a sub.
Yeah.
It's a lot to handle.
You haven't had many dates giving you signed Little Richard finals?
No.
I can imagine. Well, I mean, that's nice that you have high quality subs and they set the bar high.
They do.
Yeah. Would you date a crossdresser?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I figured, because the whole open-minded thing is like pretty normal to us.
Yeah. It wouldn't bother me at all.
Cool. So please tell us about what you run. So I thought it was your own creation, but you run it. You didn't create it, but the Atlanta Dungeon and the Atlanta Sissy School.
Yes, I took over Atlanta Dungeon a long time ago from another dom, but it's now I own it and run it. And Atlanta Sissy School is a kind of a way for us to attract the cross-dressing community inside of it. And we have a room dedicated to it and events dedicated to Sissy School stuff.
Okay.
And all the dom sisters at the dungeon participate in it and have different skill sets, and we all kind of have our own type of skill sets, like makeup or hair or wigs and wardrobe, etiquette. Those are all big things that we we do and incorporate into the Sissy school.
Are the DOMs, are they static, or is it kind of like a rolling, like a lot of guest DOMs, or what's that like?
We have a lot of guest DOMs, we have a lot of traveling DOMs, but our sisterhood is like a kind of a membership, independent DOMs.
Okay.
We're kind of a collective.
Yeah.
So.
All right, that's
yeah.
badass. I'll have to get down there at some point.
You should.
I haven't been to Atlanta in almost a decade. Yeah.
It's been a minute.
Yeah. But we were talking earlier about Lil 5. If you're cool and if you're in the Atlanta area, the Lil 5 neighborhood in Lamar, what was the restaurant, the place?
Oh, Elmere.
Elmere, yeah. Yeah, turns out, been to the same spot, and yeah, wicked cool spot.
Yeah, that area is great for cross-dressers too, because we have like a lot of shops that have bigger sizes in clothing and like alternative clothing. And even we have a shoe store there that goes like, the shoes go up to 14 or 15.
Damn.
So there's like, it's a specific Junkman's daughter in Little 5. It's like
Junkman's daughter.
Yeah, and they'll have corsets and fetish wear and stuff like that. So it's a good area for that.
I probably would have went if I had been open about being kinky back then. So back then I was still in the closet about being a cross-dresser and just kinky in general, and that sounds right up my alley, and I feel like I really missed out. So Junkman, what was it called?
Junkman's daughter.
Junkman's daughter.
Yeah.
Very cool. Can you tell me about some of the services that you offer at the Atlanta Dungeon and Atlanta Sissy School?
Yes. So Atlanta Dungeon, it's just strictly BDSM and fetish. I mean, it kind of depends on what you're interested in, and what the DOMs offer. But we also do like big group things, we do events, and we do education.
Cool.
So we have classes. We usually host them at a burlesque studio or some other locations, but we just do private sessions at the dungeon. And then Sissy School is usually hosted at the dungeon because we have a full room dedicated to Sissy wear and gear and like the shoes, the hair, the wigs, all that.
Nice vanity.
Yes.
Cool. That, before equipping my studio with a vanity, I didn't know how high the prices could go. I'm sure that room is probably, would you say that's the most expensive room?
I mean, I think it's a hard choice because we have so much very, very custom dungeon furniture in the rest of the place. So it may not be the most expensive room.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, because the walls are lined with floggers and like with the nicest whips and all that kind of stuff. So that stuff runs a tab. And crosses and spanking, all that stuff. Do
you have any recommendations for where someone could get custom BDSM furniture?
I don't have anyone in mind right now because most of my equipment has been like kind of passed down or built by my own personal subs, stuff like that.
Who would you say your normal clientele are? Because we get a lot of clients who are very nervous and, they think like, oh, like I'm so weird. My requests are so out of the ordinary, when it's like usually what you hear every day. Who would you say are your normal clientele, most frequent?
Mine sound just very similar to yours. They're usually anywhere from, first-time cross-dressing. Some of them have just been submissives of mine for a long time and just wanted to try something new. But others have been, I have a cross-dressing client that has been dressing since they were, I think, 12.
Oh, okay.
And
I think that's pretty like puberty age is usually when they start.
And he's now in his 70s, so
damn,
that's a long time to be cross-dressing.
I have a client, Helena. Shout out to Helena, awesome client. And so she used to dress, going through puberty, was curious, and got caught, I think, by her mom or her parents, and then ended up just like holding it, just never cross-dressed, ended up getting married and never brought it up with her wife, and then her wife died, like Helena's 80, so her wife died just of old age. I don't know what she died of, but, and then Helena, through the death, kind of just started going, exploring so much.
Open up.
Yeah, so she booked a session at the studio and loved every second of it, and we took her outside, did some photos, and it was really cool to see her kinky journey because now she comes to the sex club. My girlfriend and I double domed her. It was our first double dom client, and had an amazing time. Just like all three of us, we're having so much fun, and we get to do public scenes at our local sex club. You know, just like out in the open, in front of everyone. So like the public humiliation kind of,
Nice.
yeah, it's really nice. Do you guys do anything like? Do you have any kind of audience like when you dom ever? Like, is that a request that you get and do?
We have some, I mean, we basically, because we have a collective, it's really easy to get other DOMs, and sometimes, you know, we'll have like a party, and we do what, in our sissy school, we call it the party favor, which is basically, you know, we pass someone around, and, you know what I mean, but it usually happens in the dungeon, but we also, yeah, there is a club that has glory holes in it nearby that we've taken guys to.
Wow.
So that also is fun.
Okay. So like what you have them fully dressed like to the. Do you ever put two sissies on both sides?
Like what do you mean?
I mean, like, does that belong to a sissy?
No.
Oh, it's always just like random guys.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That's.
I mean, I've never been able to arrange it that way, but I mean, it's possible.
Yeah.
We haven't tried it yet, but we'll see.
Okay.
But yeah, there's a glory hole place in Helena that we've taken some sissies to before, out in public.
Damn, that sounds dreamy. Yeah, I'm not there yet. I mean, to me, I guess everyone, there's a separation between what's hot and what's realistic, and maybe I'll be there someday, but just right now, I'm not. But with the progression of just like my kinkiness and little kinks that form, I wouldn't be surprised if I see that in the next, maybe in a decade, maybe two, I don't know.
Yeah, sometimes once you start with the kink, it just gets out of hand and you get sluttier and sluttier.
It's true. It's really true. Through running the cross-dressing studio, this is becoming more normalized to me, and I'll find myself, I explore more fetishes these days with my girlfriend. Recently, so like I've seen videos of ball busting, you know, CBT, and it's never appealed to me before, but one day I just really craved for her. I was just like, can you slap my balls? And but not hard. Yeah. Not hard. I can't really take much pain, but I couldn't say I crave it, but it feels so good. And through that was the first time that I learned about what people feel with impact, like, you know, like spanking, that kind of stuff. Because I never really understood it. You know, people say like pleasure through pain. And when I get spanked, or like, you know, like hit really hard with like an implement or something, I feel just pain. I don't get the pleasure. But through the ball slapping, that was the first time I ever like felt the pleasure and the pain. Like, it just hurts so good. I know what people mean when they say it hurts so good. So yeah, just like little things like that I never thought I would want. So yeah, to all the sissies out there, you're normal. These new things that you feel and that you crave and you want, there's a lot of other people going through it. And the thing is, the demographic is so quiet, you're never gonna know. Your buddy's not gonna say like, hey, you know, are you in, like, how much fun is dressing up and getting your balls slapped? No, like, when it's a bunch of guys, you know, there's levels of masculinity going all the way to fragile, and that's usually something people aren't comfortable bringing up. They do it, but you'll never know. So just keep doing it, and don't think you're weird, but if you do think you're weird, weird's cool, so you're cool.
I would also say, like, you know, it's great to go to a professional like Scarlett here, or me, and try and explore these together. And also, you never know where you're gonna end up, and like you also have a like built-in level of trust when it comes to a professional that's not gonna violate your limits or anything like that.
Oh yeah, really. And communication, if you do want to explore with a significant other, communication, just like update each other on how you're feeling, like talking during sex shouldn't be taboo. It's like actually pretty normal.
Yeah.
And so you do something called Protocol and Power Exchange Weekend at Atlanta Dungeon. Can you tell me about that?
Yes. So that's a new event we've kind of added to our roster. One of the DOMs, who's my assistant manager at the dungeon, runs the educational program for us called Kinked Atlanta. And
Kinked Atlanta.
Yes, so KinkedAtlanta.com.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so yeah. Kinked, you know.
Okay.
She put on a really great weekend full of seminars and socials, and we are planning to do another one, but probably next year. But next year we'll have a more socials, I think, and then a play party after. Because this time we didn't have play parties during it, but I think adding a play party is what our next step for that weekend is.
Yeah, because everyone's already dressed up, I'm guessing, and is it mostly for sissies, or is it just like more BDSM centric?
It is a wide range of kink. It's mainly based on education, though, and like trying to have discussions. It was really great because, you know, it was everyone from pro-doms to lifestylers to brand new people, cross-dressers, and then we have, you know, we put on a lot of classes about power exchange. One was like, you know, how to write contracts, like BDSM contracts.
Good to know.
Like when you're, you know, trying to communicate with your submissive and your dom together, you've got to kind of lay out the rules. And one of the classes was about writing a contract to actually have it written down. Okay. And I taught a class on scent training and how scent plays into BDSM.
Cool.
So.
When you do the contracts, is it like, do you type it up? Is it an official thing that you make drafts of, or what does that look like?
You'll have to sit through that class. I didn't teach that one, but basically, you know, it's just all up to you and your partner to negotiate, and it's basically a negotiation. And you can come up with the rules, rough draft it, and then continue, and then eventually you'll get to a contract where you're both happy and you agree to these terms. Okay. Know? So. Cool. And then like your limits and what is acceptable, what's off limits, all that. And, you know, especially with a lot of people in the lifestyle that have significant others that are their submissive or dominant partner, those rules can be good because, like, you can also say, you don't have this part control in this part of my life. Yeah. If you're at a family reunion and your partner starts saying, call me mistress, you know, that's kind of a limit for people, but that's something that you can negotiate in a contract. You
see a lot of time when you ask people what are their boundaries, and they're just like, I have none.
Yeah, No, you have boundaries, believe me. Yeah. We will get there if you say that.
It is a very popular thing. Like, a lot of people don't know, or they've never been pushed before. But like, okay, no boundaries, so I could just punch you in the stomach, and that's cool. Yeah. Or like,
I'm gonna throw you out in the street with in just lingerie.
Oh yeah, that's hot. When did you first realize that you were kinky?
Probably in college. Yeah. I did a lot of experimenting, and then I figured out, well, actually probably earlier than that, probably in high school, because I did have a boyfriend with a foot fetish in high school.
Whoa, okay.
So
that kind of opened up your world?
Yeah, I was not, I didn't really realize it was abnormal, at that point. So
that's like, beautiful.
Oh, your boyfriend doesn't suck your toes? Weird.
Whoa. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Damn. And what have you seen, or how have you seen the BDSM industry evolve since you started?
It's had quite a roller coaster because, especially because of COVID. Mm-hmm. A lot of people had to move online, and it's kind of stuck. Like I feel like there's more online play than there used to be. Yeah. And I feel like there's also a lot of people that, because of they lost their job or weren't making their money, there's people that pop up and claim to be professional that really aren't, and they feel like they just can jump into it and kind of copycat what you see on the internet versus what's really happening behind the scenes, and then be, claim that they're a professional, but that's not the case.
Yeah, we do see that a lot, and be careful, do your research before finding a dom. How would you suggest people do their research?
I would definitely make sure that they have experience, like see that they've actually trained under someone, see that they have a long history on social media, that they have a website, that they participate in a community, stuff like that they've got a name for themselves, or even like a lot of forums and stuff like that, and just look and see how they write, and also watching clips. Watching clips is like a great way to see, even if you're just not even just for research, just to see if your chemistry is gonna vibe.
Yeah.
See if your chemistry is like gonna be even.
It's a good little demonstration. Yeah, and that is a great sign if the dom you're looking at has clips. And how do you educate other mistresses that you work with about BDSM and sissy training, or do they come to you already knowledgeable?
I have both. We have a lot of doms that were in the lifestyle and decided to become pro, and then we also have some doms that I trained personally from basically nothing, like no knowledge or basic knowledge, and then there's also just doms that were already doms that just decided to join the collective. But yeah. I apprentice a lot of doms, and I apprentice doms and teach classes in the dungeon and make sure that they've watched a bunch of sessions and have a lot of practice, and I use my house slaves and submissives to, as guinea pigs, and they can just practice on them.
That's awesome.
So
how many house slaves and submissives do you have?
Quite a few.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Any that live at the dungeon, or they're all?
We just, they, most of them have very full lives on their own and can't dedicate their 24/7. But do have like someone that comes and cleans and does general maintenance and make sure that supplies are stocked, stuff like that.
Okay.
And he's over there in the mornings and takes the trash out and does the laundry, all that stuff.
Wow.
So
sounds like he's really proven himself worthful.
Yes.
Cool. How do you ensure that sessions are safe and consensual for everyone involved?
We have a very kind of thorough, everyone's got a thorough application process. Basically it'll ask about your limits, your interests, things that you're open to and things that you're not open to. And then once they're in the dungeon and you see them in person, you have another discussion about it before you start any play. And then you also have safe words.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's pretty much how you handle any issues that may arise. That was my next question, safe words.
Yep, we got safe words.
Okay, very useful. And for people that aren't experienced in the BDSM world, the most common ones are yellow and red.
That's
right?
ours, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we have it's kind of it's easier because we have so many submissives that see a lot of the doms in the dungeon. Like they'll kind of switch between each, dom just to switch it up. But we all kind of try to use the same safe word, so it's easier for them to remember. Okay. Because if it's harder for them to remember with each different person. So if we have one across the board, yellow and red, then they have it in here, and it's easier for them to remember when they need to say it.
Very good.
Yeah.
It's a little chilly in here. I think I could use a wig right now.
Yeah?
I think I'm ready for it. I don't want to be looking so ridiculous without it.
I love this color.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's I've had a bunch of different wigs, but that's the one that really stuck around.
It's definitely a scarlet, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think so. Thank you.
Oh, this looks so good.
I appreciate it.
There you go.
I combed it out as best I could.
It looks great.
Thank you. I don't look too messy right now?
No.
Wow. I guess I did a good job combing it. Thank you. And what are some common misconceptions about BDSM and sissy training that you encounter?
With BDSM, a big misconception, especially with pro doms, is that we're full service. No offense to the full service girls, but yeah, we're strictly BDSM and we don't have any sex in the dungeon. Yeah. That's a big misconception. I also think there's a big misconception that all doms are going to be mean and very strict and really punish you, and all BDSM does not have to be torture. Right. It doesn't all have to be pain and all that.
Yeah, it can be praise.
Yes.
I get a lot of sissies that love the praise.
Yeah.
Well, or cross-dressers too, not just sissies.
Yeah, but there's, the misconception about the dungeon is that you're going to get your ass beat.
Yeah.
But that's not completely the case every time.
That's true. Yeah, I would say for me, the most common one that I see is that BDSM is about sex, and it isn't. It can be sexual, for sure, but it isn't always.
It is sexy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, oh yeah. Very sexy, but not always sexual.
Yeah.
And what do you find most rewarding about your work as a mistress and educator?
I love to see people pushing their boundaries and doing it safely. I love being able to educate people and let them know, yes, what you're being affirming, basically. Yeah. Affirming someone's kink and making them feel safe and comfortable and letting them express themselves, all that.
Yeah.
I will always remember the first time there was one of my sissies, it was his first time dressing and first time putting makeup on, and he was always very nervous and like kind of timid around me. And we did general BDSM sessions up until this, but when I finally put makeup on him and did a full transformation, he was glowing.
Oh, that's
just,
beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely felt themselves.
Yeah.
And then they dressed, they continue to dress now. So
wow.
Yeah, they felt like it. You could surely see like the difference in her, like.
Or is she open now, or just like does it a lot more frequently but still private?
Yes, she does it a lot more frequently in private, and she's actually, without me saying anything, shown up to our parties dressed.
Cool.
So I was like, that feels great, because,
okay. Would you say she's more of a sissy or cross-dresser? Like, still likes the, like being submissive and humiliation, that kind of stuff, or does she like more praise when she shows up dressed?
I think it's a little of both. I would say more sissy side, but I mean, it's kind of a toss-up because they don't like the big pink frilly stuff or anything. They don't want to be too like frilly or girly. They mainly just cross-dress, but they, they do like to be praised, and they like to tramp around in heels, and put makeup on, and they like that girly aspect of it, and like the attention they get when they get makeup done, hair done, all of that.
Oh, okay.
How they look,
Yeah, that's pretty beautiful.
Yeah.
You look great. Now get on your knees.
Yeah.
A little of both. What advice would you give someone new to BDSM or interested in exploring sissy training?
Well, like you said, definitely do your research. Make sure you're gonna, the person you choose, if you're gonna go with a pro, is legit, and that they have the same interests as you. It's once again about communication and expressing yourself and expressing that to your partner and making sure you negotiate.
Yeah, communication.
Yeah, communication.
And finally, what are your aspirations for the future of Atlanta Dungeon and the Atlanta Sissy School?
I would like there to be more sissy events. We did the Sissy Tea recently.
Oh, right. I meant to ask.
Yeah. We did a Sissy Tea, which was basically a high protocol tea service etiquette. It was the first one we'd ever done, so it was kind of an experiment to see how it would go and, try and work out, like, how it should run and all that. It went really well, but we'll improve it for sure. But yeah. I think that needs to be a regular event that we have, because it was a great group of people. It was about 10 sissies and then around 10 doms, so we had a good mix of people, and then we did their makeup, we did their outfits, their wigs, their shoes, and then some of our subs actually brought their wives and their partners as well. So that was great to have their partner come and see, because it was like an intimate setting. It was
Did their partners participate?
They watched, basically. They watched and hung out and drank tea and champagne.
Cool.
And saw them get their makeup done and said, oh, I think I like it like this, and a couple of them dressed their own partners.
Cool.
So, but yeah, it was a great time. And then we did an etiquette portion where we taught the sissies how to drink tea properly and do all the witch spoon, all of that kind of stuff.
Cool. Okay, so that's like the high protocol type stuff. Very cool. And so you only have one Sissy Tea so far?
We have, yeah.
And it went great, and now you want to do more, and do you have an idea of when the next one might be?
I'm hoping for the fall, but otherwise it might be next year. Just because it's a lot of work to set up and organize and all that, and we've been very busy, so.
Cool. Well, that's awesome. It's being busy is a good problem to have, and it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. You truly do so much for the cross-dressing community, for the sissy community. Very affirming. This lady is a treasure to our community.
Thank you so much.
Of course, and because of that, I wanted to give you, it's up here. I sent you an electronic copy of the GLOSSDRESS One of Us zine, but here's a physical copy.
Oh, thank you so much.
Of course, and if you'd like me to sign it and kiss it with lipstick, it might be worth dozens someday.
Oh, I'd love that.
Okay, all right, great. So yeah, I can do that for you after this, but Mistress Ultraviolet, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's been great.